Certainly, Graeme, it was a scoreline that you were like, what? What am I hearing? Palace are 2-0 up at Manchester City, but they were. And then the whole thing turned around. It's now the fourth time in the last 6 matches that Manchester City have had to fight back from 2-0 down. Guardiola was interested. I'll get your take in a second, Graeme. Guardiola was interesting in this post-match. I loved his take on it. This was him.
We were not a team in the past that we make a lot of comebacks. So we have to win, and when we concede the goals, we are not able to do it. Lately, have that situation in this type of games, I would prefer to win 4-0. And today we were lucky to come back, but what happened in the past, normally today we lose the game. And the Premier League, it doesn't wait. So the teams are so strong, so difficult, and you are behind points, you will not come back.
I was interested in that, Graeme. I mean, should you view City's powers of recovery as a positive or a negative?
Both. You know, you can't sit out. If you were in a dressing room anywhere in the country, the last thing you hear is the players are leaving the dressing room, from the staff and from the players. Let's start well, start quickly. You know, let's be on the front foot. You can't, as Pep says, you can't be expecting to come back from 2 down every game you play. You want to start well, get yourselves in front, and then ease back. You know, you're handing the initiative. If you go 2-0 down, you're giving the other team a bit of confidence that they maybe didn't have going into playing City these days. Everyone's got that inferiority complex, so a bit of belief. So no, you must start right. They can't go down everything. It doesn't matter. We're only 2 down. After half an hour, we'll come back.
I mean, Graeme, they've dominated the league for the last 5 years. Is there anything in this? Is there anything in it? Like in terms of motivation, though, is there any degree of complacency in this?
That's why I say it's both. You're looking at, is it 4 out of 6 games have been behind? Turn it round. 4 out of 6 games have come from behind and they've gone and won the game and won them well. City are a fabulous team right now. They've got great players, and I think City have the strongest squad. I think other than De Bruyne, the goalkeeper, and I'm a big fan of Bernardo Silva. I think other than that, when you make a substitution, you've got like for like in terms of quality. I mean, they've got some fabulous players, really, really super players. They're a great watch. You know, I watch them. I'll come in. Maybe I've missed the start of a Monday night game when they're on, and I'm looking. If the opposition had a player sent off, because that much of the ball City, they're on the front foot. They're playing in another team's half. Yeah. They're just a fabulous team.
Did you ever do anything similar when you dominated with Liverpool all these years ago with Rush and Kenny? That for whatever reason you go behind in games.
Of course you go behind, but like City, like I made the point about Liverpool, there'll be no wholesale changes. There won't be a fundamental change in how they play football. They'll stick to the same things. It was preached to us that this is what brought us success. Even before you were at the club, we stick doing the same. If we got a goal behind, we still do the same thing. You know, don't we think you have to try harder and take more touches? That's what we don't do here. And basically just stick to the same things. Of course you go behind in a game, but stick to the things that brought you success in the past.
And in that sense, you stay motivated.
Well, but there's no
week out, month in, month out.
Yeah, there's no change in the game plan. You know, you're believing in what the people are telling you because they've been super successful. Before I got to Liverpool, they've been super successful, and you believed every word that came out of their mouth. You just did what you were told, basically, because they had so much knowledge to call on. They had so much experience of when a game goes that way or that way, or they were just. I mean, I look back in my career, Jim, and I look at the people I worked with. I was so lucky. What an education I had.
When you look at this current day City team, would you have loved to have played in a team like this?
Oh, anyone would.
Because you rave all the time about De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva, particularly Kevin.
Yeah.
But is this a team that you would love to have played in?
Yeah, I think anyone would have. I mean, I played with great players. You know, I was lucky enough to play with truly great players. In some case, a definition of a world-class player for me is someone that would be welcomed in anyone's team anywhere in the world. We throw out the word great all the time. We throw out the word legend all the time. We throw out he's world-class. No, world-class for me means I could go and get in anyone's team. That's what it means. I played with some players like that. City have those players today. Liverpool have some of those players today. could go and get in anyone's team and be welcomed in anyone's team. But City and Liverpool right now are a good bit ahead of anyone else. Let's see if the season pans out that way. But I mean, you look at our City are now stronger than they were this time last year. I
must admit, Simon, I fell into the trap at the weekend. 0-2 Palace. Wow, is this the day? No, it wasn't the day.
Well, first of all,
Haaland ended that.
First of all, Palace have beaten Man City on a number of occasions over the last 2 or 3 years, so it's not an irregular occurrence. Second of all, I think Man City are get-attable defensively, and if teams don't go into the game thinking they're beaten before they've got there, and managers do their jobs, then they give themselves a chance. But I think the big component is that they win this game where they might not have won it, which was the point Pep Guardiola was making, because they've got Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland was the difference in this game. And if you look at his third goal, look at the shape of that player. Look at where he wants the ball. Look at where he wants it. But Palace were tired by that time, so they weren't dropping back and covering. And that you look at their 2 wing backs that were sauntering back. But Haaland wins that game for Man City. Okay, De Bruyne has to open it up. Bernardo Silva has to open it up. But no Haaland in that game, you might have had a different outcome. Maybe you wouldn't have done.
They would have scored a different type of goal.
Possibly. Is Haaland a more refined Duncan Ferguson?
What?
This left-footed guy, he can whack him in, great in the air. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Left-sided player.
Why are you trying to shoehorn a Scottish person into this conversation? You're losing credibility at that moment.
Somebody mentioned this to me over the weekend. Duncan was sensational, but Haaland is more of a Rolls Royce.
For me, he's more of an Alan Shearer type. Especially in his younger days. I mean, Simon's correct in highlighting his third goal. I mean, it looks an easy goal. It's not an easy goal. He's taken the ball. He's made the run. And then as he gets there, he knows there's a challenge coming from behind, and his strength holds him off, and his first touch is glorious, and then he finishes. He's very special.
He's some player.
He is very special.
Some player.
Keep him fit.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a beast.
Duncan Ferguson was a good comparison.
Is he going to be the difference, do you think, Graeme?
Well,
in the longer term,
I think City got
now in August, you'd say City
will
win
it. Not to dwell on the past. I think they made a mistake last year. I think they spent 100 million on Jack Grealish.
Yep.
The priority for me at that time was Harry.
Yeah.
If they got Harry from Spurs, then they would have won everything last year, possibly. And they've now got. See, the next best thing, they might have got an upgrade on Harry, and I think Harry Kane is an absolute star. He's a worldie. Harry Kane's a worldie, but they've got a young version now that.
He wins in the Champions League.
Yeah, well,
Erling Haaland wins
it's
in the
only a matter
Champions
of
League.
time before City win the Champions League. They're good enough to win it. It's just
we say that again, like the Will Zaha thing. We say that all the time.
Lady luck. You need a bit of that in cup football.
Yeah,
the league's different because it's a long, hard grind over 9 months,
right.
And luck will even itself out. In the cups, that can be different. City have been unlucky in the Champions League. Maybe some of it their own doing. Maybe.
Yeah.
But with Haaland, City are going to take some stock.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.